I'm Nancy Harkness, romance author, and I am here doing Writer Unedited number 69, where I just chat about whatever's going on in my writing life and sometimes what's going on in my personal life, even. And I just sit at my writing desk, and I'm usually not dressed up. Today I am, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And just talking off the top of my head for the most part. Gail says, Background Dave says hi as well. Hi, Background Dave. Nice to see you here. Well, to have you here in the background. And I have another viewer. Who's the number 2 viewer? Can you, you know what? I need to just shift this over a little bit. Sorry. Oh, gosh, maybe not. Fine. I'll just leave it the way it is. Some other viewers here, just say hi. All you have to do is say hi so I know who I'm talking to. I like to know who I'm talking to just for fun. So what's going on? Oh, I forgot to say, I'm here live almost every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you happen to miss a live, you can always find it on YouTube on my channel there. And I will put a link in the comments. So what's going on? Well, just like last week, Jersey Romance Writing Month is going on, where a whole group of us writers, 74 to be exact, actually we're down to 73 now, attempt to write 30,000 words in 28 days in February. So I am happy to report that I have piled up on Raoul's book 22,144 words. Yay! Mary's here. Mary from Wisconsin. Hi, Mary from Wisconsin. So glad you're joining us. I bet it's cold and snowy there because it's cold here. The snow is mostly melted. We still have a few patches, but mostly melted. Thank goodness. So at 22,144 words, I'm a little ahead of schedule since it's the 19th of February. And it's good that I'm ahead of schedule because today there will be no words written because I'm fairly dressed up, because I'm going into New York City to meet my son for dinner at a fancy restaurant. Why, you may ask? Is there a special occasion? No, there is not. I, number one, love hanging out with my son, of course, and bribing him with a really good restaurant is a great way to do that. But I need a treat. I need a break between what's going on in our country and the world, between running the 30K writing challenge, which I do, and participating in the 30K writing challenge. I just needed a day off. So this is my day off. Yay! And I'm really excited about the restaurant because it's it's got 2 Michelin stars, and I've always wanted to eat there. So, well, since it has been in existence, I should say. So it's a good time for a break, and the weather is decent, even though cold, so I can get in and out of the city without a problem. Hopefully, knock wood, you never know with New York, but hopefully. So I'm excited about that. Overall in the challenge, because I run the challenge. Oh, Gail says, have fun and a great dinner. Thank you so much, Gail. I'm very excited about it. I really am. So because I run the challenge, I'm also interested in more than just my own personal accomplishments. And I am very proud to say that as of when I checked this morning, because things change quickly, we had 14 people who have already hit the 30,000 word goal for the challenge. And we are only on the 19th. And actually most of them hit it before today. So that's pretty cool. 14 people. And the amazing part is many of them are still reporting in words, which I always encourage. That's a great thing to do. And there are some of them who I bet are going to hit 100K if they haven't already. 100,000 words. Now, some of that may be editing, but some of it is not. Most of it is not. Most of it is just words, new words, which just boggles my mind. I don't know how people do that. I am the plodding tortoise who does my 1,100 words a day. And sometimes a little more. I try to push and do a little more. So, I'll do a few hundred extra words a day, like 200 or 300, pretty much is the most extra I do. So that I get a little cushion so I can take a day off like today. And that's hard for me. Doing 1,100 words is actually hard for me, especially on Raoul's book, which, has been a pain for me. So I stand in awe of these people who can put down 4,000 words a day, 6,000 words a day, 8,000 words a day. Wow. So, what else was I going to talk about? Oh, okay. So Raoul update. Of course, all I do is work on Raoul's story because of the challenge. But last night I wrote a scene between Raoul and his father, King Louis, that literally made me cry. Not because it was sad, but because I found it very moving. And I hope you will too. As you know, these books are not just about the romance, they're about family. So this was a father-son moment that just really touched my heart. Before this, I wrote a scene that involved Odette, the psychopath that keeps trying to destroy the royal family. So yes, Odette is in this book too, because everybody seems to want to see Odette for reasons and she's still in prison. No worries, she has not escaped. Although it would be kind of fun to have a jailbreak, right? All right, I shouldn't say that. Not fun. Interesting, but no, she's in the maximum security prison still. But she still makes trouble because that's what Odette does. Ooh, I've got more viewers. More viewers. Just say hi in the comments if you're here. I'd just like to know who's watching. So, and I guess the other thing that's good about crying over a scene is that it just shows I'm totally involved with the characters at this point, which is wonderful. That is such a good thing for a writer. So I'm excited about that. So since Raoul has now hit about 70,000 words as a book, and I generally write 100,000 word books, and I will be writing at least 10,000 more by the end of this month. Well, 8,000, I guess, technically, but it'll probably be 10. I guess I'm really going to finish this book. There have been times when I wasn't sure about that. I mean, I knew I'd finish it eventually, I thought, but no, it's going to get finished, and it's going to get finished fairly soon. Yay. As I think I mentioned somewhere, I have actually scheduled my editors because you need to get on their schedule well ahead of time because they're in demand. They're very good editors, and the fact that I've scheduled them means that I have some confidence that I'm actually going to have the book done in time to send them on those deadlines. But that also means that I have to start to work on the book production tasks, which are cover design, the back cover copy that also goes on the Amazon page, acknowledgments. I've got to get ISBN numbers assigned to all the versions of the book. I have to do the copyright page, all the sort of little nitpicky stuff that you've got to do to turn it into a book. So starting with the cover, because you guys have helped me with that. So you all helped me pick the model, right? You voted, actually, on the model. But the question now is, which pose am I going to use? So, sorry, I have pictures there. I don't want to share. So, just to give you an idea of my options, and what I will do, of course, is work with my cover designer to decide how this is going to work. And obviously, we'll be using the same font and the same basic layout as all the Royal Kaleva books. So it'll be Royal Kaleva Raoul, and then my name, and this will all be essentially the same. But we've got to get the cover model, and keep in mind, don't look at the chair because I have a very talented cover designer who will put a throne behind him or whatever's necessary, because Louis did not have that throne behind him in his original picture, and he didn't have silver hair either. So you can do things. So these are all the same model. This is the one you all voted on. So this is Raoul, and it's so interesting. Once you sort of said we think that's Raoul, as I write him, this is who I see now. So interesting because that doesn't always happen for me. Or here's a smiling Raoul. I don't know about that one. It's nice to see him smile. And he has a great smile. But I'm not sure I want him smiling on the cover of the book. What do you think? Smiling or no? And then, what do we have here? Oops. What do we have upside down? We have Raoul looking pensive. Sort of like the thinker. Gorgeous lighting. He does have great bones, doesn't he? Like the cheekbones, the jawline. Gorgeousness, I gotta say. So sad I never get to meet the models. This is the picture you guys have already seen that you sort of said we think that's Raoul. It's also really good and shows off his great cheekbones. And then, oh, another sitting one. I think you've also seen this one already. You know, he looks very confident and powerful and authoritative in this one, which is kind of what a prince is supposed to look like. But a lot of it will depend on how my cover designer can jigger the design. The one thing I'm going to ask her is if she can put the, somehow work in the, what is it called? Coat of arms. I can think of Kaleva into the design. I don't know if she'll be able to. I mean, it's actually already on there. The sort of small version is here. But I was thinking, you know, she could make it look sort of like it's, I don't know, painted on wood or carved in wood. And the reason I want to do that is because the book, you can see that the Kalevan dragon, all right, gosh, I hate it when it's like, see the Kalevan dragon? So Kalevan dragons are sort of an important part of the plot. So, so that's what I was kind of hoping. She could maybe get a dragon on there. But we'll see. Marianne says, nice to have the coat of arms on the book, right? Right? I like the coat of arms. That was a request of mine, too. Well, I mean, it's royal Kaleva, so of course coat of arms. Gail says, I love the last two. Love his smile, but it doesn't fit in what I think. Yeah, kind of agree with you, Gail. That was my thought, too. So the last two are both gorgeous. Great. Didn't like that one. I kind of like that one. But, yeah, nice smiling. Didn't like the pensive one, huh? So, these two, this one and this one were your favorites. Honestly, those are the ones I had picked out too, originally, when I was sort of, you know, what's the word? Narrowing it down, because I don't look, but after a while you look at so many of them that you sort of start to not trust your own judgment. But thank you, Gail. I like those. As I said, I think I'm totally in agreement with you. But again, a lot of it depends on how the design goes. So cover, I like doing the cover's fun, right? The cover's fun. Number one, my cover designer does most of the work. I just come up with ideas and send her pictures of good-looking guys. So not really too torturous on my part. Basically, once you have this, the sort of template, which I like, then doing the cover design becomes a lot easier and less stressful. And to be fair, my designer came up with this template very quickly because she and I are sort of on the same wavelength, and that's why I like working with her. But what was I going to say? Oh, so cover design, and I need to start working on the back cover copy. You know, the stuff tells you what the book's about on the back of the book, because that also goes on the Amazon page. So I can't put up a pre-order for the book until I have that ready to go onto the page. And it takes a while to do that because it takes a lot of thinking and polishing, and because it needs to be good, right? And it needs to be something that will make you desperate to buy the book. So yeah, that's not my favorite thing to do, but it needs to be done. The acknowledgments that I have to do, I like writing acknowledgments because I am truly grateful to all the people who contribute to turning my manuscript into a book in all the various ways that they contribute, with critiquing and editing and proofreading and being sources, like my friend who helped me with the rock climbing experience and all that fun stuff. So acknowledgments are fun to write. I like those. But nitpicky things like copyright pages and ISBN numbers, not so much fun. More tedious than anything else. But, you know, it's good that I'm having to start on that because it means that the end is in sight. And for a while there, I was really thinking, I don't know if I'm ever going to finish this book. Some books are just like that. They're torture. Ask my daughter. She will tell you, because when I'm having a really hard time, she gets a lot of the whining. So, on to sale books, which are all the same ones because it's for the whole month. The Money Man, which is the first book in the Consultants series, and which I like because the heroine loves Georgette Heyer, and I do too. And then there are two books in the Second Glances series, second time around. second act. And these are the ones that are that have the canine angels, the cute kids who adopt rescue dogs. And Rebecca, my daughter, this book, second act, the heroine is a veterinarian. Rebecca was in vet school when I was writing it, so she and I did a lot of collaborating on the veterinary stuff in this book, which was fun. A little bit of veterinarian stuff in this one, but not a veterinarian heroine. So those are all on sale. The Money Man is $2.49. I can never remember. They make the prices all over the place. Second Time Around is $1.99. This is all on Kindle, of course. And second act is $2.49. And then I think I mentioned that there are a lot of one-day sales going on this week on my books, but going on this month. But honestly, I can't keep track of them. The publisher does them, and they do tell me, but they're too many. For some reason, they did a lot of one-days this month. So that's all I have to say. Does anybody have questions? I don't see any. No? No questions? No questions about Raoul's book? No? In that case, I am going to sign off and get organized for my trip into New York City. And hopefully I will be able to have a report on Facebook tomorrow or the next day about the delicious food that I will hopefully be eating, right? Not good. Taking public transportation. You never know. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. It was so great to see you. Love you all. And I will see you next week at 2 p.m. as always. Take care.